This is the GoSafe 520 from Papago, and this Amazon.com review is from me, yours truly, Beau. I record all sorts of fantastic reviews here on Amazon.com, and check this out. You're probably looking at several dash cams as we speak. This is another one from Papago right there. That is the 272. You will notice that the 520 is slightly wider than the 272. Let's compare it to a stick of gum right here. Still, it's pretty small, as you can tell, but if you compare it side by side next to that, the main difference, of course, is the 520 has incredibly good resolution. And I'm actually going to simulate right now, turning on my Toyota Tundra, so you can see it start up from square one. Isn't that just so handy? And it is starting up, and it is already recording already. How cool is that? And so you will see right there, it is in the upper left right there, it shows how much it's recording right there. It's about around 14-15 seconds. You can also see next to that the little microphone. It does in fact record audio. In the lower left, it timestamps all your footage. If you'd like, you can turn off that timestamp if you'd like. This is rather remarkable resolution, and I'll scroll through some of the menu items in just a moment, but right now I'm actually going to pull out and throw my iPhone up here on the dashboard so that we can then cut it and do a split screen compared to regular iPhone footage and this Papago 520 dash cam right here. So we are pulling out. It's very, very bright winter sunshine, so this is probably the harshest of possible conditions to be testing a dash cam. And as we're going along this nice residential street right here, in case you're wondering, the iPhone right now is filming in 1080p. And then this GoSafe 520 is just, well, it blows the 1080p out of the water. Honestly, I've never filmed with a camera that is over 1080p. This films in over 2K, which is kind of remarkable. And, okay, we are going to actually pull over right here because I'm sure you got a nice little sample. And we're gonna pull over right there. Excellent. Now I'm gonna hop out of the car, see if you can actually see me. And we are back. Could you see me okay? I don't really know. But, just turned on the windshield wipers. I'm trying to turn off my vehicle. There we go. Hey, let's take a look at some of the functions right here. We have mode, we have arrow up, an arrow down, and an OK. It's extremely easy to navigate, so we're going to click on mode right there. If you were to cycle through the modes, it would actually go into a photo mode, which, yes, you could actually take a photo if you'd like. I don't know why, but it has that option. If you were to continue going through cycling, then of course you come to your actual videos and photos and that you can play back. The emergency file, I believe, are the files, the video files that are stored as, quote, emergency videos. That is when it senses some kind of shock, as if you got hit, it will store them in there so that there's no risk of actually erasing over those. However, I'm using a 32 gig micro SD card, and that's hours upon hours upon hours of footage. Yeah, if you ever get in a car wreck, just pop the SD card out so that there's no risk of recording over. And if we were to continue through, excellent. And also it has nice little options right here. If you were to want to not record any of the audio, you can just push that one right there and it stops recording the audio, and then click it again and it's immediately recording the audio right here. So we are pulling out. It's very, very bright winter sunshine, so this is probably the harshest of possible conditions to be testing a dash cam. And as we're going along this nice let's take a look at the video options right here. I guess the only qualm I have about this guy is that there is a bit of a delay after you click the button. It's not like an instantaneous, hey, you click it and it's done. Just keep that in mind. This is not an iPhone or an Android or a smartphone. It's a dash cam. So anyway, the resolution is absolutely incredible. It's 2,560 pixels by 1080. That's why it's so wide. It's really getting the entire front of your car. Here's the time setup, voice setup, there's volume, and I'm just scrolling through here for your benefit. Button beep, I turn that off because I find it annoying when buttons beep when you're navigating around devices. G-sensor sensitivity, exposure value, frequency. If in fact you want to get very granular in customizing this little guy, you certainly can. I turned off all the driving safety features. Let's take a quick look at that. I don't think it's very necessary that you have to have a driver fatigue alarm that goes off every 2 hours to keep you awake. I'm never on the road that long, but you may in fact like some of these options. I don't know. Format prompt, which prompts you to format your card every 15 or 20 or 30 days, and then there's the format, which it erases your entire card. And I do give this a 5 out of 5 stars. It is the best dash cam I have got my sweaty little fingers on, and mainly the resolution. The resolution, 2,500 pixels. That's mind-blowing right there. That's pretty darn cool. So also a quick little thing that I haven't found in any other dash cams out there is this little feature. Let's say you get pulled over by a cop. You can rotate it around like so. So you can actually, oh, it just popped off. Oh, I'm gonna have to check the mount on that and see why it popped off. But anyway, I did this earlier, and maybe that's why it popped off, because I've been yanking on it so much. But theoretically, you can turn around and film your conversation with the police officer. But anyway, my name is Beau. I hope that you enjoyed this down and dirty review, this test of the Papago 520, the GoSafe 520 rather. And I hope that you look forward to more Amazon reviews here on the Amazon.com. But wait, a bonus feature. I totally forgot to mention this, and I haven't seen this in any other dash cams out there. Check this out. When I go ahead and turn off my vehicle, it continues to record using an onboard battery. See, it says power off after 53 seconds, 52 seconds, and it just counts down right there. And you can change that to power off after 2 minutes or 3 minutes or whatever. How often do you pull into a parking place and you turn off your car and then someone hits you or someone runs into you, or you don't put your parking brake on and you run into someone else and technically your vehicle is off? This ensures that it continues to protect you and record what's going on even after your car is off. A definite 5 out of 5 stars.